I'm going to take you through how I tape my hands up for weight for distance, and hopefully this will be something that'll help you feel the grip a little bit better and also preserve your thumb, preserve your calluses a little bit more. So I like to get regular old athletic tape, color's your choice. This one's ripped down the middle, split in half to get smaller strips. Now what I'm going to use those for is the fingers on my throwing hand. Really only 1 or 2 wraps. This isn't a crucial part, but I'll tell you why I like to do it in just a minute. Let's get a little ring wrap there. So ring and middle, that's it. The reason I like to do that, it's not really added grip or anything like that. There's nothing I really need to protect. If you're gonna rip, you're gonna rip here most times. I like it as kind of a tactile cue. When I'm hook gripping, I like to know that it's, when I get this thumb tape, that it's gonna be tape on tape in there. That I can feel that I know that I'm locked in the right place. It's just kind of a nice little tactile cue. Gives me something to feel. So now with a full width of tape, I'm gonna start on the thumb. This is really the crucial part. Thumb is going to take the most damage, especially in a throwing practice. A lot of people use gloves. I don't like using gloves. I got no problem with it, but I don't like using gloves because I really depend on the feel of the implement in my hand. I really depend on that to stay long. So I'm going to take the strip of tape. I'm going to go about twice the length of my thumb is about the way I like to do it. I'm going to rip that piece. And we're going to lay it over the thumb vertically. Kind of start at that bottom knuckle of the thumb there. Keep a nice little bend to your thumb as you're doing it. I like to come around like this. It's about like that. Compress it down, stick it right there. What this does, it gives us a first layer for the next layers of tape to grab on, and it also gives us a nice way to get out of the tape job later when we need to. So I'm going to tape now in 2 different sections. Some guys like to connect the two. It's just, that's a lot of work for me and I mess it up, so I tend to just do 2 sections. Keep the thumb, nice little comfortable bend. Don't over bend like that. It's going to put you in a weird position too, but like a nice comfortable bend to your thumb. Start across the thumbnail. Remember to compress the top of the tape as you're going around the top of the thumb. That can cause some weirdness if you keep like this big flap out there. So, you know, don't overdo it. Just maybe 2 times, 3 tops. Don't over tighten because you're going to lose the range of motion of the thumb. You're really looking to protect the skin. You're not looking to, you know, tape it in position like you would an ankle or anything like that. So I'm going to rip there. So right now we got the top half of that thumb done. So then we just do the same thing on the bottom half below the knuckle. You want to give that knuckle room to move. You want to have some motion in that knuckle. If you just tape it all in one piece, you end up with a straight thumb like that that's really hard to tuck in. So again, keeping a nice natural bend. Stick this guy on top there. Leave enough room for that knuckle to move. Good. And round and round we go a couple more times. Now, what I've given myself there is a nice wrapped up thumb, skin protected, nail protected. Gives me some nice bend so I can hook it in. I can get it into the position I need to. And I've got tape on tape right there. Now again, I talked about that's a tactile cue, but it's also a little bit of grip help. You know, you got rough tape on rough tape, so you're not going to get as much slip on that hook grip if you're prone to that. Now you'll notice I've left little tabs of that underneath piece of tape kind of sticking out there. And that's going to help us out later. Post-throwing practice. Work it off the nail a little bit. Wiggle that guy. And all you gotta do is pull from the top.